Ever wonder what you shouldn't do with your gems in Rise of Kingdoms? Sometimes you'll just have abundance of gems and you just want to spend all of it all at once. In today's video, we're going to control those urges so that I can guide you to a successful path in Rise of Kingdoms. I'm not going to lie, I have accumulated a lot of gems before, 300 or 400,000 gems, and I've recklessly spent them as well. So I am a victim of this crime in Rise of Kingdoms as well. I don't even know if it's a crime really. I'm just saying stuff right now. But today I'm going to help you guys to navigate you to where you shouldn't spend your gems. All right, so this way you're going to save your gems and you can actually utilize them to something that is going to be more beneficial for your gaming here in Rise of Kingdoms. By the way, if you guys love Rise of Kingdoms, guides, tips, and wars, and other videos about Rise of Kingdoms, consider subscribing and turn your notification on. You got to make sure that that bell icon is on turned all, so you're going to make sure that you will never miss a single upload from us. So today we're going to talk about 5 gem use mistake in Rise of Kingdom. By the way, I challenge you guys to list 5 things in here in the comment. What do you think people should not be spending on in Rise of Kingdoms using their gems? Let's see if we got stuff kind of lined up between our content and your comment. The first mistake that I'm going to tell you guys is buying items in the Courier station with gems. Now, there are some instances that are going to be a good purchase. For example, like 90% discount, that is good. But here's the thing, these are resources. You don't have to convert your gems to resources, no matter how desperate you are, because your gems can actually be utilized on getting legendary commanders. And we're going to talk about that in a little bit here as well. When you are purchasing in the Mysterious Merchant Boutique, I would recommend for you to make sure to purchase the ones that are costing with resources. You don't really need to refresh this as well. It's 100 gems. Come on, 100 gems is what you earn in the daily. So you can see you get 100 gems from here. You don't want that to be lost. If you accumulated that 10 days, you get 1,000 gems. So don't make any refresh here. It's not necessary. There is a certain time where mysterious merchants are actually being released in here. So if you time that properly, you then can purchase these by using just the free refresh. So only make a purchase in here if it's not costing gems. The only biggest exception is if you see like a 70% discount on speed ups and you're really struggling on speed ups, then yes, perhaps that's okay. But for the most case, I do not even make a purchase here in the Mysterious Merchant. Tip number 2 that I want to tell you is VIP. All right, so in the VIP shop, see, the thing that I purchased here first, I purchased anything that is cost with the farmable resources like, food and wood. Well, of course you can farm gems as well, but, it's a lot more difficult than farming food and wood. So I purchased anything that is food and wood first, all right? So the next thing, as if you are free to play, I don't recommend for you to spend anything in here via gems. It's expensive. Only make a purchase if it's the More Than Gems event in the VIP shop. And regardless of that, if you're free to play, you're probably not going to be at a high VIP level right away. So I would recommend for you to avoid the VIP shop. The only thing that is actually good in here is to purchase is materials. But at the end of the day, there's events so you can do the materials, and I would recommend for you to participate in that event instead. I would try to avoid making purchases here with gems if it's not a More Than Gems event. If you are a spender or if you have reached into the VIP level 16, your Legendary Commander Sculpture will be available. This is a good thing to make a purchase. I have bought this before to get Legendary Commander Sculpture. That helps you out. Another thing that I made purchase before is 24 hours Enhanced Attack. If you are a garrison captain or a rally leader, you can buy these enhanced attacks and enhanced defense. But for the most part, I would try to avoid making big purchases in the VIP shop unless you are a big spender to where you can accumulate a lot of gems by buying a lot of packs. But if you're not, I would recommend to kind of stay away from the VIP shop. So another thing that I want to say is recklessly participating in events. So there are events like the Wheel of Fortune. If you're going to spin for Wheel of Fortune, make sure you have a plan. Make sure that you want to get that commander. Don't do what I did. So I've done a few things in here that I've kind of regret, and I've I know I wasted the gems, and this is why I'm trying to teach to you guys. Because, for example, I've spent for like Takeda in here when he was out, but I never really maxed him out. I kind of just wasted some of the gems there. So avoid doing that. If you're gonna be investing in a certain commander and you're gonna spend your gem, make sure that you are decided and dedicated to make sure that you're maxing out that commander, not just spinning it just to spin it, because it's a waste of gems. The utilization of the commander will not be used in the battlefield. Now, here's the thing that I want to guide you to spend your gems at. Now, the biggest mistake that players do is not spend gems in VIP. Now, spend your gems on VIP. This is what tip number 4. Spend your gems on VIP. Get yourself quickly to VIP 10. And honestly, quickly to VIP 6, because you get the building queue in here. So you can see that when you reach VIP 6, unlock second building queue, and then next thing that you want to reach is VIP 10, so you can get 1 legendary commander sculpture. Ideally, you want to reach VIP 12, so you can get 2 per day, and eventually you will try to reach to VIP 14. VIP is a long-term investment for your account when you spend gems in here. So whenever there is a More Than Gems event, spend it on the VIP. Now, if you don't know what More Than Gems event is yet, don't worry, you'll find out soon. Just save your gems. More Than Gems event is an event where you have to spend gems and you get extra rewards. So right about 50k if you want to max it out. But if you want to just play the free-to-play way, you only need about 14,000 gems to play that event. Now, if you're wondering, how can you get more gems? We have a video of that, so make sure to look for that video and look in the description below. We have a bunch of video lists there that will guide you to success in Rise of Kingdoms. I think I'm going to go more than 5 tips in here to give you guys. So another aspect that I would recommend for you guys to make a purchase during the More Than Gems event is also purchase the Books of Covenant. Now, you can grind for Book of Covenant, but it will take you a long time. So make sure to buy the Book of Covenant when you are not really trying to push for your VIP. But I would highly recommend VIP first, because you can really grind the Book of Covenant for doing Barbarian Forts, depending on how active you are. But this is another alternative that you can actually buy with your gems. I wouldn't recommend for you to buy the Arrow of Resistance. This is a lot easier to obtain compared to the Book of Covenant. So tip number 5 is spending gems to speed things up. Whenever you're building, you have an option to speed it up with gems, or whenever you're doing research, speed it up with gems. Or whenever you're healing your troops in the hospital, you can also have an option to use your gem on an instant heal. Now, I would not recommend for you guys to do this, because like I said earlier, there are events that you can actually use your gems to get long-term value, like sculptures, gears, equipments. Those type of events will definitely give you a much more value added into your account than using your gems to speed things up or to heal your woundeds, or even to make troops. We've seen videos about this, but they are Krakens. They can definitely afford it. But if you're a free-to-play, low spender, mid spender, I would not recommend it for you to do that approach. Now, another thing that I have a mistake in here, this is a bonus mistake that I've done. If you are in the Lost Kingdom, I've done this before, and I am not even ashamed of it. Sometimes I will come into the Lost Kingdom very late, and I would grind to get up to the A rank or S rank before. Now, it doesn't really matter. What I would do before, I would keep adding gems, and I would even like go up to 600 gems in here. And that's one of my reckless gem spending as well. I would not recommend for you guys to do that. Finish your 5 attempts. If you want, you can just add like 100 if you want. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. What really matters is that your last day standing, because that last day standing will be the one who's going to define the rewards that you're going to get. Now, of course, you want to catch up eventually. You will be, but you just got to be patient, and you're going to start earning coins. If you don't want to catch up, make sure to get into the KVK soon, as early as you can, and start doing the Lost Canyons. So these are 5 mistakes that I have for you guys with gem spending. If you guys have more things here that you want to recommend for others on what to do and not to spend gems on, leave it on the comment section below. Anyway, Rockers, I'll see you guys again next time.